Hello to all game development enthusiasts, and welcome to the beginner-friendly C# training course. For those of you who have just installed Unity, I recommend watching the Unity interface course first so you can get a simple understanding of the Unity environment. Alright, let's get started with the first lesson. In this session, we will learn the basics of creating a script in Unity. In Unity, the first step to begin programming is creating a script. To do this, open the project window, right-click on an empty area, go to Create, and choose C# Script. Now you need to enter a proper and standard name for your script. One of the most important rules in naming scripts is that the script name must be entirely in English, without spaces, and preferably in Pascal case, meaning each word starts with a capital letter. For example, player movement or game manager. Avoid using spaces, invalid characters like @ hashtag, or any non-English characters, because they may cause errors or issues in your project. After typing the script name, press Enter to create the script. To open it, simply double-click the script file, and it will open in Visual Studio or whatever editor Unity is currently connected to. When you open the script, Unity automatically generates a basic structure for you. Let's go through it from top to bottom. Using system.collections, using system.collections.generic, and using Unity Engine, these lines import the libraries your script needs in order to access various features. The most important one is Unity Engine, which provides access to Unity's core classes and functionalities. After this section, Unity creates a class for you, and its name must match the script file name exactly. For example, public class player monoBehavior. This means the class player inherits from monoBehavior. MonoBehavior is the base class in Unity that allows your script to interact with the Unity engine, access lifecycle events, and be attached to GameObjects. Before we move on to the main script functions, there is another important topic: commenting. Comments are parts of the code that do not get executed. They are used only for explanation, organization, and documentation. Commenting helps you understand your code later, and it helps others understand your logic when they work on your project. There are several types of comments in C#. Single-line comment written with 2 slashes. This is a single-line comment. Multi-line comment used for writing longer explanations, and it is written between /**//. This is a multi-line comment. You can write as many lines as you want. Throughout the course, we will use comments to make our code cleaner and easier to understand. Now that we understand commenting, let's take a look at the main functions Unity places inside a new script. Start and update functions. Unity typically generates 2 functions in a new script. Start function. This function runs once, at the moment the script becomes active. It is normally used for initialization, preparing objects, getting components, or setting up the starting state of your game. Update function. This function runs every frame. For example, if your game runs at 60 frames per second, update will run 60 times per second. This function is used for things like getting player input, moving characters, or checking conditions that must be updated continuously. In this session, we learned how to create a script, how to name it correctly, how to open it in the editor, how commenting works, and how the default script structure in Unity operates. In the next session, we will dive into variables, data types, and writing our first functional code.